enough time to scrim, so...
I mean, that might be like the idea of both of these squads, though, because like they're picking a Juggernaut and an Earthshaker on the other side of things, so who knows how they're really thinking, honestly.
Yeah. Well, it is kind of true, though. Like, a lot of teams, they don't have time to scrim anymore because the tournament load is actually just insane.
Yeah.
I mean, Cloud9 just finished the summit. They probably haven't scrimmed at all because they wanted a little break. Now they're playing some more matches. But
it's only a best of 3, and they dipped out of Star Ladder.
No, that was EG.
Yeah, but I think they forfeited a couple of games. I don't think they actually like left Star Ladder, but they definitely I think forfeited because they wanted a break. So.
I know that they took themselves out of eSports.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, C9 did.
So a lot of teams are realizing like, hey, we've just been all across the world. We went from DreamHack over to LA, and that's been like a month of just straight playing. And they want to be able to have a rest now, but they want to fulfill their duties to Dota Pit, and I think that's really awesome that because honestly, it's just these playoffs left, and it's single elimination, so all they have to really do is get through a couple of teams and be good to go. Complexity go for the Slardar, the dumbest looking portrait and a awful model, but that's okay. He's a fun hero to watch and play, so that's okay.
Although he does have that nice set, actually. I actually think that one set makes him look not so stupid. And we saw Loda play it. It's actually
true. I forgot that set
so bad.
And then Cloud9 goes, this is definitely no surprise. Fought Ember Spirit, so this is something very interesting that we really didn't discuss, or I mean, we talked about it, but
I think Cloud9's draft, like, it makes a lot more sense than Complexity's. I mean, Complexity, sure, they have a lot of interesting ideas, but I don't really see how their draft comes together as a whole, because I mean, this Jug pick actually just seems a little awkward right now, because they don't really have full push because they went for this Slardar pick, so I'm not actually too sure what their plan is.
It's going to be weird, I think, honestly. It is Limp playing the Juggernaut, by the way, so it looks like it will be off lane, which is kind of awkward to a certain extent, but it could work out. Omnislash could be pretty good at taking down a lot of these heroes. Not necessarily the Ogre, who's got plenty of armor and he's plenty of tankiness, but also against like Fata, like he could just run it away, I think, from the Omnislash. And what else? Well, no, he can't really. Maybe time walk out and stuff like that. Sometimes I forget the interaction between some jump abilities and Omnislash. Like, you should be able to run it away from Omni, can't you? Or am I correct about that?
I'm actually not in. It depends on what stage of the jump he's in.
Yes. Okay.
So if he just finished like one of his jumps, then you can leap away. And it also depends on how far you leap, because I think if you go over 600, then it just breaks entirely anyways. But if you go less, and then it depends, because I think he gets 450. I think if it's between 450 and 600, it has to be between jumps, and if it's over 600, it doesn't matter.
That's a lot of criteria. So actually, Omnislash should be okay for the most part. We are going to jump into the game. It is Cloud9 versus Complexity. You're going to see this amazingly smooth camera. I'm a professional observer, guys. Don't even worry about it. They brought me to BTS for a reason, okay? Listen, I'm that good. So here we go. I'll try to catch all the kills for you guys. Cloud9 versus Complexity in this best of 3 series for Dota Pit now. We'll see how Cloud9 responds to the adversity they received at BTS. For Cloud9, we'll have Fata playing your Ember Spirit in the mid lane. Up top, it is going to be your standard Mikey J. White or MJW on your Nature's Prophet. In the jungle currently, AUI 2000 or IOI 2000 playing your Ogre Magi. Down bottom, it is going to be Pylai Die on your Scarith Mage and Jackie A. Lamau or Eternal Envy playing your Faceless Void. We'll see how this goes for your Radiant squad.
And then on the side of Complexity, in the safe lane, we're going to have Swindle Melons playing the carry Slardar, being supported by Z-Freak on the support Jakiro. Looks like we're going to have Moon Meander playing the Earthshaker. Looks like he's doing a bit of stacking. In the mid lane, we're going to have Dragon Fist playing the Puck. And off lane, we're going to have the Juggernaut played by Limp.
He's got to be careful. He's taking a lot of harass already. They time walked. He does get Healing Ward level 1. He doesn't want to waste his regen right now, and he probably doesn't need to have Blade Fury because he should be able to get away. There's not really a situation where he's going to die if he sees an Arcane Bolt coming and Blade Fury is going to save his life, but we'll see how it goes here. Is already off to a bit of a fast start, but the CS leader currently is going to be that Slaughter up at the top lane, Swindle Melons, and then Dragon Fist at the mid lane at 5-1, but still early on in the game.
Well, there's a giant creep wave in the bottom lane for E, so.
Oh my gosh. That's Farm for days for Eternal Envy. He's very happy about this. We'll see what itemization he goes for. I think we've talked about this in the past, but nobody really goes for Battle Fury anymore. It is literally just TC, and he's the only one that picks it up. Like, he's the only person. Imagine maybe you see Midas, probably a Mask of Madness into a Maelstrom, though. That's like the build nowadays, I think.
I think it's just better than Battle Fury, because when you go this Battle Fury build, you lose a lot of solo kill potential.
Yeah.
And it doesn't really make sense, because as a Void, you want to have a lot of single target damage, and Maelstrom or Mjolnir gives you a lot of single target damage. It makes you proc more bashes. English is hard. But yeah, I definitely think that the standard build is the way to go on Jug. I mean, on Faceless Void.
It's a good itemization, I think, and it allows you to be aggressive and effective early on in the game, whereas if you have a Battle Fury, you're not really fighting, and if you are, you're not doing as much damage as you possibly could, so... Meanwhile, AUI was looking for, I believe, the Courier, and he's got they're jaunting. Dragon Fist was going away as Fata was getting aggressive. Here comes AUI, though, and wow, Moon is just babysitting this Courier. They're baiting it a bit. AUI's just going to hit Moonmander once in the face. He does have Ignite. He does have Fire Blast, but that would be a tower dive, and AUI is not that greedy of a player. In fact, I don't think he's very greedy at all.
Look how ridiculous Ogre is as a hero. He can actually just do this, and he has no fear.
Hey, I'm going to kill your Courier. If you want to try and stop me, go ahead, but you're going to have to babysit it, so just backs away, and then AUI's done. That's it. Oh, maybe he's not. Hey, Moon, what's up? How are you? I'm going to Ignite you. I'm going to hit you in the face with this club. Get out of here. This is my lane now. So, I mean, AUI is just having a fun time currently. He's just making this mid lane, and more so than anything else, Moonmander kind of miserable. Pretty nice stuff.
Yep. And... looks like a pretty quiet early game. I don't think we're going to have anything... I think if there's a kill, it's actually going to be onto the Juggernaut.
Yes.
Because they can use the silence, get the damage from the two slows from the Ogre and Skywrath, and then just club him to death.
I think it's going to be difficult, though, to see any kill. I think you're going to have to wait and see a couple level 6s, or maybe just from rotations coming out from either MJW or the Ember Spirit, but as far as the farming goes, honestly, EE is doing pretty well. Slaughter missed a couple of CS up the top lane, but EE also has missed some, so... I mean, it's very even. About 22 CS for both squads for their carry players, so...
The key is definitely going to be when the Slardar gets his blink. Like, does he opt for Treads first? I know we've seen Vanguard as well. It's going to be interesting to see what his item progression is going to be. I actually wouldn't mind seeing Vanguard, to be honest.
I think that's fine. I think Blink is good as well. Limp could always transition into more of a core than Slardar. It's going to take him some time, obviously, but it certainly is a possibility. Meanwhile, Limp is going on EE, and EE has to jump away. As they do see Moonmander, he walked right in front of this Observer Ward, so he'll just back away quickly. AUI 2000 in the top lane. He'll get Liquid fired, but he'll be fine for the most part. And that does mean that MJW has rotated into his own jungle, so he'll be able to get some extra CS and farm going his way. Level 3, almost level 4.
The offlane is pretty even. They're both about level 4. Not really too big of a gold disparity between them, so it's a pretty even game right now.
We haven't seen First Blood yet. No real action. MJW's not getting involved by TPing across the map, so you usually see Furions want to be aggressive with their playstyle, but it seems right now he just wants to farm, and until something breaks out, he'll hold on to that TP. Dragon Fist is going to get... that was awkward. Pilot walks through, silences him, and says, okay, you're good to go now. They thought about jumping in with the Furion. They decided to cancel the TP, and that was it, so...
Yeah, and like I was saying, the Vanguard build on Slardar I think is really good this game because they have a lot of burst damage inside this chrono, but if you're actually able to survive through that initial burst damage, like on one hero, it's actually a really big bonus because then you can have follow-up from like the Puck and the Earthshaker, as well as the THG, maybe even an Omni Slash, and then you can get healed up by the healing ward, so...
Yeah.
I actually would really like to see a Vanguard. Yeah.
It's a lot of sustain coming out for Complexity. It's a rather tanky team. We've talked about THG before and how he's inherently tanky, along the same lines of an Ogre Magi, but Healing Ward is going to help out. Dragon Fist isn't going to get caught in that chrono easily. This could be very interesting. We'll see how it does pan out. I think the Slaughter, I would have usually said that I don't like Vanguard, but you're absolutely right. You made me a believer here. We'll see what Swindle does pick up. He has 1,400 gold. It looks like he might just be rushing Blink Dagger, so... Oh, they're encroaching out a bit right now. Dragon Fist is going to pop up the Illusion Orb, back away. Void has the invis. He has level 6. He is looking for a kill now. Can they get the first blood with the Chronosphere? We'll wait and see. He's stopping on the backside, stalking, looking around, looking to find an engagement here. Dragon Fist, Chronoed right into it. Fox is going to come through. There's the concussive shot. The Ancient Seal as well. Arcane Bolts, that's your first blood. Eternal Envy gets it done. No problem at all. He just had level 6 and he got an easy invis rune.
Yeah, really nice rotation for Cloud9. Getting the kill on Void is especially important. It's going to accelerate his progression towards that Mask of Madness. And once you get the Mask of Madness, you can actually just farm the jungle very freely and effectively. He does actually go for a bottle first. So standard EE play. Going for that bottle on his carry hero so that he can get the runes.
It's like the only one, though, that does that. I mean, I've seen a couple other people do it, but like he just seems to do it all the time.
He actually does it on every hero. Like,
it's ridiculous.
There's a couple carries who do it on specific heroes, mostly on Lycan we see. Like, pretty much any time there's a safe lane Lycan, we see a bottle coming out, but...
Well, the bottle helps out. I mean, he didn't have the invis when he had the bottle, but at least, I mean, that's ridiculous. Pro players a lot at the summit talked about how some runes are just ridiculous and break the game. Like you get like haste. A 4-minute, like, or a 6-minute, yeah, like haste rune. They talked about the S4 rune a lot.
The
but
6-minute haste is actually the most ridiculous thing ever, because your mid's going to be level 6, so it's pretty much a guaranteed kill.
But he gets the 6-minute invis, which really comes down to complexity not having vision over on that rune spot, but that's unfortunate. They lose a kill off the back end of it, and Eternal Envy is happy, so he'll continue to farm down bottom. With 44 CS, they're still keeping pace with each other, despite EE going to mid for about a whole minute or so.
He actually goes on Midas, so... I'm not sure how I feel about this. I'm sort of torn on like what you should go on Sardar, because he's a hero that he needs to farm, and he's actually really good with farm, but he usually never gets the farm because he doesn't have a farming mechanic, so... Maybe Midas is alright.
The farming mechanic is Slithering Crush, man.
Crush does 200 damage and it costs a lot of mana.
It's actually just the worst thing ever.
I mean, sometimes you use it when you're farming the jungle, but you're like, I don't really want to use this.
It's too much mana, man. They're going to catch out Jakiro, maybe? They have a DD up? Nope, Z-Freak backs away and he should be fine.
Oh, they're actually farming up the stack.
Nicely done for Fata. Easy gold coming out.
I mean, they can't really do anything. This ogre's just sitting there.
They run him anyway. It's just going to be... It's the bouncer, man. He's the bouncer coming out for Fata currently.
It's actually a good way to describe ogre, actually, in the early game.
Phase shift going out. There's the Illusion Orb. Is he going to jaunt away? Absolutely. Fata diving a bit too far. Dream Coil. He might pay for this. Sleight of Fist. The TP coming in from MJW. They get the kill. They get the kill. Omni Slash goes. It doesn't do any damage really to MJW. It's a 1-for-1 exchange. Wow, I thought Fata was too aggressive, but he gets the kill nonetheless on a Dragon Fist.
Yeah. And... really, it was a little over-aggressive, I think, from Fata after the Illusory Orb, but he does go ahead and pick up the kill. Also forces a rotation from Juggernaut and the Omni Slash. So in the end, I would say C9 edging out a little bit, just because they forced the Jug to TP and they got his ults. So
it is a bad gank coming out.
Yeah. So I mean, so what do you think about this Midas on Sardar?
I have no idea. AUI is going to get caught out. Waiting Rift is going to go. I'll let you know after this fight breaks out. Looks like it might be done here. Fire Blast is going to go in. Limp has no Blade Fury. He's actually out of mana. Sprout's going to go through. MJW wants to fight this, but they decide to back away. The Triple Remnant, though, coming in. Now there's the Blade Fury coming through as well. Fata getting stunned up as well. The Slithering Crush, they get the kill. He was a bit too aggressive that time, and it didn't pay off. But here comes Envy. Double Chronosphere coming out. Dragon Fist. He's got the Mom. It's going to work. He backs away. He doesn't want Swindle. He did do a lot of damage to him with the Ignite coming up from AUI 2000. In the end, it's another 1-for-1 exchange. A lot of rotations, but not that much action happening off the back end of it.
Yeah. So that was another case of Fata getting a little too aggressive, getting caught out there. There was a lot of rotations by Complexity, but I would say a pretty even trade as they trade core for core. So Z-Freak does look like he is in a bit of trouble in the top lane.
He didn't CP in. MJW was thinking about CPing in. He will now. He's got spread up. Arcade Bolt's going to go, and they're going to sprout him, and he's just going to die to right click. He could have tried to TP, but he would have died anyways, so... Illusory Orb, Dragon Fist is coming in. He has Dream Coil, but he's out of range to use it currently. They're turning around on him. Maybe AUI 2000 is coming in. Limp's on the backside. Doesn't have Omni Slash for another 17 seconds, but he should be okay. Going back to your point about Slaughter and Midas, I mean... that does give him a way to farm. We talked about how he can't really farm as fast, and it keeps him kind of toe-to-toe with Envy, who does have his Mask of Madness, and he will be getting a Maelstrom. But at the same time, you kind of want to be aggressive with this hero early on. You want to get an early blink and just kind of find fights. But I don't know.
It looks like our statsman has pointed out that getting your blink from 5 to 10 minutes or 10 to 15 minutes shows no difference on Slardar. They both have about 40 games with a 50% win rate.
That's kind of... I'm surprised, actually.
I think it's because sometimes you get a bit... You get this false sense of requirements, I guess, when you get the blink dagger. You're like, oh, I need to go gank with this, right? And then you just stop farming, and if those first 2 or 3 ganks don't succeed, then you start to fall off. Whereas if you get it later, then you've already been farming. So you might not have that same feeling where you need to get something done with the blink dagger. So I think that might actually be why they have the same win rate.
Well, it's a hero that we don't see enough of regardless, so we'll have to see how it pans out. And honestly, you can go for any build and be like, yeah, that sounds right. I don't know what's good on Slaughter, but that sounds okay. But we'll see how it goes for Swindle, as he's got treads and Might is plus 1,500 gold now. But I mean, you look at Envy, he's still farming pretty well. They actually have a 1,500 net worth lead in terms of gold and about 1,000 in experience. 3 of the top 4 are Cloud9 in net worth, and then obviously Swindle is leading the way because of that Midas. So,
yeah, I think it's mostly because the Furion is ahead of the Juggernaut, and then they were able to steal a couple stacks, which really gave them a decent gold advantage. They are up a couple of kills as well.
Well, I mean, the kills have been pretty even though for the most part.
Yeah, they got the first blood.
Yeah, that's the difference, I think. The stacks in the first blood, you made a really good point. Swindle is going to get caught out. Envy, another Invis rune. He's thinking about chronoing. He's about to use it. Oh, he sprinted right at the end. That's huge. Swindle's going to fall. That sprint gives him so much extra damage for Envy. That was a mistake. Ugh.
I think he was dead regardless, but
yeah,
definitely taking a couple less attacks to kill him.
Dragon Fist is going to get changed up. There's going to be the waiting rift. He's going to jump backward. He's jumping in. Phase shift in. Dream Coil is going to go, but it doesn't save his life, unfortunately. Limp has TP'd into some trouble here. Blade Fury is done. He has no mana for Omni Slash. He's going to try to tread swap. He's got 3 charges, but he can't use it. Finally does get enough mana. Envy is trying to back away the Macropyre. Time walks out. He will get away. AUI fissured up, and he looks like he will go down. The Omni Slash used just for a support Ogre kill. Fatsa comes back in. Searing Chains Moon in some trouble here. Look at that Flame Guard go to work, but there's the Echo Slam. Fatsa has to back away now. Maybe Sleight of Fist could go, but there is going to be that healing ward, and he will get the kill onto 1. He might die for this, but we'll have to wait and see. No Remnant, no mana to use it. Still rejetting up a bit. He's got his Flame Guard going as well. He's going to try to TP out. Ice Path, maybe they just don't even go for him. They knew that he's gone, and they decided to say, we're going to back off, and Fatsa gets a couple of kills there. That's a huge fight for Cloud9.
Yeah. Cloud9 are just playing better right now. They're having better rotations. Maybe it was a bit of a mistake for Dragon Fist to stay there when he already saw the location of both Fata and Eternal Envy in the jungle. Maybe he should have played a bit safer, maybe sit in the trees, because, I mean, he just exploded. He smartly saved the jump, and after he jaunted away, they just killed him.
Yeah, that was really well played, I think.
Oh boy.
And Fata put just the right amount of pressure.
He bottles the DD rune.
Oh god, why?
I mean, this is when the bottle really pays off, right? So you've invested 700 gold into this, but now it can just win you a team fight.
What happened? Fatsa comes in Searing Chains, they silence him up, and they throw down the Mystic Flare. Pylai Die getting involved, and he's been kind of quiet this game. He's had a couple of involvements, but that's a huge kill. Dragon Fist is not having a good time for Complexity right now, and Cloud9 are just, they're playing really well, honestly. Even with the stand in MJW, he's actually very close to his Orchid. He just needs the Quarterstaff and then the Orchid Recipe.
And so he's getting close to that Orchid, definitely going to be good against the Puck.
Chrono bottom.
As well as the...
Limp is actually going to be fine, I think. Oh, the bash coming in, but now there's going to be the Slither Crush. He's going to feed away a kill to Limp. He did not expect the Blink Dagger coming up from Swindle Melons. That means that Limp gets a huge pickup on Envy.
I didn't actually see. Did he just not get any bashes? Because he had a DD.
He got a bash or 2, and then he got fissured, and then the Chrono was over.
Oh, he got fissured. Okay.
Yeah. Dragon Fist getting jumped on again. The same exact kill that just happened a minute ago will happen again. Dragon Fist is 0-6-2. This is not a good start.
Really can't happen when you're playing the Puck, especially in the mid lane. I mean, this hero is so dependent on the blink timing. He does have his treads, but we're probably looking at a 22-minute blink dagger on a Puck.
They're looking to jump on mid. Fatsa, he sees him. He's going to remnant away. Oh, the blink comes out, and Fatsa gets away just in time. Searing Chains. And I think that, honestly, Fatsa should be fine. Yeah, Swindle's going to get away. And That was just another awkward engagement. They actually walked right by some treants. Their smoke was broken. They kind of went this direction, and all of a sudden, Fata saw them coming, and they couldn't engage onto it, so kind of weird.
Yeah. Jakiro skipping Ice Path for Dual Breath, 12 and 23. Holy.
That is not good.
I definitely don't agree with it as a support. I think you just get the 1 value point of Dual Breath for the slow, and you just max Ice Path.
See, I was talking to PPD about this when we were casting one game, but hold that thought. AY is actually just gonna die real quick, and then he's dead. But he was talking about how you don't skill Macro Pyro at 6 sometimes, you get Ice Path instead. I don't know exactly what the build is as support, and it ended up working out where the person got Macro Pyro anyways at level 6. So
I don't think you get ults on the support like early because A, you're not gonna have as many chances to use it. Like the reason why you get it in offlane and you usually skip Ice Path for a couple of levels, A, you're gonna have more experience, and B, you're gonna get a Eul Scepter, so you can actually farm more effectively. You can actually use the ult to push out lanes, but when you're playing it as a support, you're really not gonna be in a position in the early game to be doing that. So
yeah,
I really think you go for like 1 Dual Breath, 1 Ice Path, max Liquid Fire at 7. Actually, you could get 2 Ice Path at that point.
Gets caught out, and he's dead. Oh, the Chrono on to 3, though. The Mystic Flare getting split up between a couple. Flame Guard, Sleight of Fist, Fata dominating. Knee gets a couple of kills as well. Omni Snatch comes through, and that will get a buyback coming out from Slardar, but he's not here to help out. Arcane Bolt coming in. They jump in. Fata stuns up. Moon Meander, the multicast coming in. AUI 2000 going to work, and Moon will survive just barely. Now they're chasing after Pi. This buyback could be huge. Pilot Eye getting chased out. He's got 1 Arcane Bolt. He's got his Kong shot. He pops it off, but he's dead anyways. Lip getting a triple kill, and what was a really good start of a fight from Cloud9 turns into a disaster. Luckily, AUI stays alive. He backs up, throws up another multicast. The Ignite goes as well into Swindlemelons, and now they back away. Complexity with a solid fight.
Yeah. It's a really nice buyback from them, and getting the gold onto Limp is actually a really big deal. I think this is the hero that they really need to focus their gold onto, because he's probably going to transition, you know, into that 1 position at some point, because you know, Slardar is great and all, but Jug is just better in the late game. If he can get up, you know, a Mjolnir and an Axe, he's gonna do immense damage in these team fights.
It'd be tough to stop him. And even with great Chronospheres, I mean, there's a way that Complexity can get back into this. I mean, they just have to have good Ice Paths or good Fissures to stop Envy from being annoying. With those Chronospheres, and so far they've done a pretty good job. That buyback for Slaughter was huge, though, coming out from Swindlemelons. I thought he wasn't going to be involved later on in that fight, but he got back in and he got a couple of kills with Slithering Crush, which was really good. So,
oh god, there's another double damage bottom.
This rune is actually just.
Is this going into the bottle?
Which one though is the question?
Oh, they're gonna smoke, I think. Yep.
Cloud9 looking to maybe take a fight here, and they might go to Roche. They've done this so often where they just smoke up and they go to Roche. They don't even go for a kill.
I mean, they know the DD is there, right? They're probably actually just gonna go for Roche, like you said.
This was a tactic they used very often at the summit too.
Well, they might act. No, they're just gonna rush. I was gonna say they could go for a kill on the bottom, but this is just a safer play.
They want Fata out of the show right now, and they'll put everyone else in the pit. And if they try to jump on Fata or somebody, they have some heroes to help them out down bottom here with Pilot.
Yeah, this is really safe as well because they're showing people bottom. Oh, they actually know that their rush is happening, so nice awareness from Complexity.
Yeah, they want to jump on this. They have Omni Slash. Luciorb is going to go. Johnson not going to be there in time. Fata does get the kill on Swindlemelons in the meantime. Not sure where that happened. He does pick up the Aegis. Now he time walks forward. He's looking for a Chronosphere. Will he find it? Remnant through Chrono onto 2. Great Ice Path coming in. Moon is going to fall. They do not catch out Dragon Fist, but they get 2 kills regardless. And all of a sudden now, Z-Freak is in some trouble. Sleight of Fist, Sear Chains, Ancient Seal. And a right click will get the job done. 3 dead all day for Cloud9. Nicely played.
Yeah, really nice tactical decision from Cloud9 to just go to Roshan. They even got a kill onto Slardar before he was able to scout the pit, so...
I'm not even sure how that happened. I didn't have my camera on it.
That was a huge win. He TP'd bottom, and then he saw a hero, and I think he wanted to go on them, but then he just got Sleight of Fist, Searing Chains, and then Skywrath ulted into his death.
How unfortunate. Swindle has had a pretty good game, but he's starting to fall off now. He was the net worth leader for a long period of time, but now he's sitting at 7,000, and he's 2,000 behind that of Fata and Eternal Envy. Of course, they're going to farm a lot faster because of the abilities they have and items they have. Like Battle Fury is almost done for the Ember Spirit, and now there is the Maelstrom up for Eternal Envy as well. So
Envy is actually getting super fat on this Void. 3,000 gold on top of MOM, Maelstrom, Treads, and an Aegis.
So, it's actually ridiculous how much farm he is.
Well, Al is actually very farmed, although that shouldn't be too much of a surprise. He does this every game. He almost has an Ags on top of an urn.
It's that's another ridiculous thing. We talk about it
he's
a lot
only
too,
1,000 golds.
He's gonna have an Aghanim Scepter in about 23 minutes. So there's that.
It's not even naked or anything. He has an urn as well.
He's gonna have his Aghanims right about the same time that Dragon Fist picked up his Blink Dagger, because Dragon Fist just bought this at 21 minutes in. That is how you know you're having a rough game.
Yeah, I mean, if we look at the net worths, he's only 200 behind the solo mid of Complexity. He's having a fantastic game for himself, although at the same time you could say that Dragon Fist is definitely not having a good game.
No. The antithesis, the opposite of a good game.
Yeah.
And everyone else from Cloud9 is just having a damn good time currently. Like, the only person that's not really that farmed is Pilot9. He even has a Force Staff, so... What is Moon doing on the support Jakiro, or rather support Earthshaker right now? How's the support Jakiro working out? I mean, neither of these choices are doing that well. MJW's going to get Omni Slash. He actually had his TP canceled because of that. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Moon will find himself falling to Eternal Envy, who, by the way, bought a Chrysalis because why not have more damage?
So going for an all-out damage build, I think this could be a little dangerous because, you know, if they're able to get a Yule Scepter on any of these heroes, I would say if they had a Yules already on any of these heroes, this would be a big mistake because you really need the BKB against the Yules, but... Just a...
Oh, Fatsa's trying to man fight. He almost gets the kill on Swindle, but he's taking some right click. Dragon Fist, there's the Slithering Crush. Swindle actually coming in. He could have died there, but ends up getting the kill.
That was really close.
Nice play coming out. The Slithering Crush actually securing that. That was really cool. And all of a sudden, Lip has his Aghanim Scepter, so... Okay.
I wonder, does Envy finish the Daedalus, or does he go back for the BKB? He really needs a BKB this game, because if they finish the Yules on any of these heroes before he has a BKB, that could be a window of opportunity for them where they can actually just kill Void before he's able to cast the Chronosphere. They have a lot of disables.
I think he'll finish the Daedalus, and then maybe if he needs the BKB, he'll get it a bit later. They're in such a position where if they lose Envy a couple of times, it's not the worst thing in the world. I mean, they're up 10,000 net worth. Like, that just happened in the past 5 minutes. They gained that much gold. Experience-wise, it's 7,500, but...
This Jakiro is actually quite close to a Eos.
Jump. MJW caught out of position, so Slithering Crush did go. They do have the amplify damage. With the right click, MJW will try to TP out. Not going to work out. They get the kill, so...
Yeah, he actually only needs like 200 golds, and he has a Yules. So this is actually a nice window, I think, because Eternal Envy actually didn't opt for Yules.
They have the opportunity to get that, and then all of a sudden that item could actually put it in some work. They should still have the Aegis for Envy, though. They're not using it just yet. Oh, God, he got another Invis rune, man. Like, he doesn't get a haste rune, but, like, Invis and double damages all day for Envy.
Yeah. I mean, I think most people would agree, like, the biggest weakness of Cloud9 is they're sometimes not grouping. And I think if they actually don't group right now, they could actually be in some trouble.
Well, they are grouping. They're going to cut out double Slithering Crush going through. There's the Chronosphere. Swindle gets blown up limp as well. They did not expect Envy to be there. And they get an Ice Path to stop him, but that's a mega kill streak. Remnant coming through. They want Dragon Fist. They're not going to find him. Maybe they get Z-Freak. Look at how far he went. Sleight of Fist, Searing Chains is their follow-up. Force Staff, Ancient Seal, Arcane Bolt. They'd have to dive the base, and it's probably not worth it. Meanwhile, AUI finishes up his Aghanim Scepter. He's still bottom. They're going to take this Tier 2 tower, though, and... Again, the Invis rune pays off for Envy like it does almost every freaking time. It's ridiculous.
These runes are actually just killing Complexity. The double damages and the Invises on this Void have been doing so much work. Well, I actually think that might have actually just closed the window. Like I was saying, there was this nice window for Complexity because they have the Yules, no one has BKB on C9, they can actually pick off any of these heroes with, you know, a group of 2 or 3. Like, even just this Jakiro and Slardar is actually really scary to almost all of these heroes. But they just keep falling further and further behind from these team fights.
They're really struggling to keep up, and these fights are just not going... The Slardar is not really doing that much. He doesn't even have his BKB yet, and this was a hero that got off to a fast start and got a couple of kills, but I don't know, like, you could have done the same thing with, like, almost, it feels like any other initiator.
Yeah.
and be fine, and maybe even have more of an impact. Either like Swindle playing the Slaughter, he's got amplified damage, and that's it. Maybe they wanted to abuse the fact that they're dire, so they want Roshan with amplified damage, but they couldn't even get that done because of C9 sneaking Rosh. So
I mean, that's usually the reason why you pick Slaughter on dire. It is pretty nice on dire, and they also have the amplified damage, which will help Jug carry in the late game. Like their late game potential is decent, but the problem is they're going up against that Void Ember, so
yeah. Not the easiest combo to play into in terms of your cores. So, Complexity have had a couple of good fights going their way, but it just seems like they're just getting further and further behind now. And at some point, you have to wonder what they're going to be doing to get back into this. I mean, Moon doesn't. He actually did just get his Blink Dagger, so that is something. He needs to maybe level 2 ult, which is very close to happening. But even then, I mean, they're always the ones getting initiated on. Envy's the one jumping in. Fata's the one jumping in. And they can't really find a way to counter-initiate because they're usually all dead. They know that he's up here, though, I think. They just pinged him out. Limped it, anyways. Maybe they don't know. They do have the Star Observer Ward. They saw that he did go in there, I believe, but...
Yep. Are they going to send an orb?
Oh my god, Envy, get out of there. Waiting Ripped. He's like, are you kidding me? He is actually dead. That's hilarious. No, he's not dead. Liquid Fire's going to go. He's backtracking it. Is he going to go down Dual Breath? Chronosphere.
Oh,
he's
no,
done.
chronoed.
And he chronoed at the end of that. That is a problem. They get the kill. Z-Freak is the one that gets it done. 2-for-1 special all day. They don't even need... Well...
Well, that's actually huge for Complexity. They might get 2 or 3 towers, but at the same time, all their lanes are being pushed. I mean, they're knocking at the tier 3s with both the Ember and the Ogres, so they're going to have to deal with that before trying to push this tier 1 top. Are they even going to get this because of the pressure that they were having to deal with?
I don't think so. They are not ready to jump in. They don't have Slaughter. In fact, they're going to get jumped on. Fata misses. Oh, there's going to be the usage of the Omni Slash, taking a lot of damage. The Aghanim Scepter will not kill him, but he's super low regardless. Fire Blast, multicast on a Dragon Fist. He might fall here and will. Mystic Flare, Limp getting caught out. No Blade Fury. Ancient sealed up, right click down. They don't even need Envy. They say we can do this all on our own. Remnant through. They want Moonmaker, Blink, and Slither Crush. They miss it onto Fata. BKB for Swindle and AUI taking a lot of damage. This is a full duration. Great Sprout coming out from MJW. Fisher comes in. AUI still in a bit of trouble. Moon jumps in. Couldn't find the Echo Slam. There's the Fire Blast. Force forward. No multicast. Searing Chain's going again. And the Orchid right click is more than enough for MJW. And somehow Cloud9 just win a fight willy-nilly. Like, it wasn't even an issue for them. They just took a fight with a 4v5, maybe 4v4, and they won handedly.
It seemed like there was a little bit of miscommunication on Complexity's side. Moon Meander blinking out of the fight and then the remaining members of Complexity trying to fight that. And in the end there was just a numbers advantage for Cloud9. And they were able to easily take that.
That was impressive to watch Cloud9 take that fight. Oh my god.
This title of this stat.
What a good title. Mont Paxman, you are on point. I hate that song.
You know, I actually don't know many people that like that song. Not gonna lie.
I mean, is that really shocking? Is that a surprise?
Those radio pop songs, man.
Hey man, that's a generation. It's their music, whatever. Anyways, AUI 2000 rushing down mid. Bloodlust, he's got his axe done now. 5 urn charges. He's rich. Fata's pushing top. Limp is taking some Searing Chains and Sleight of Fist damage. His Aghanims did some work there, but he didn't have level 3 ultimate. Had he had level 3 ultimate, I think Fata's probably dead.
Yeah,
but that wasn't the case.
So if you are playing as Complexity right now, I think it's actually so difficult to play this game right now because you really need an advantage with these heroes. And I think had they had a better early game, they might have been able to, you know, kite the spells, you know, use the healing word to reset the fight after the Chronosphere, but someone always dies in the Chronosphere, and that's a major problem for Complexity right now. And it's not a problem that goes away.
I think it's a problem that stems from early on in the game. You talked about having a rough early game. I think the runes coming for Envy and getting those early Chronospheres off really helped them secure the lead they have right now.
I mean, he got an Invis and then killed mid, and then he got 2 double damage runes after that. That's some nice rune spawns for this wood.
And then he sold his bottle, so
They
He's
might
forsaking
catch
it.
out
He's
EE
gonna
here.
find. Yeah, he's on a BKB. Fish is gonna come through as well. Omni/E is dead. Okay, another good kill for Complexity, and he's down for 70 some odd seconds with no buyback either. Meanwhile, the Remnant came away from Fati. He realized he was getting pushed up into the top lane, so he wanted to back away. And I mean, this is a good start for Complexity to get these kills, but they've got to transition this into an objective, and that objective might be Roshan. So,
and I mean, they're doing what they can. They've picked off Envy now 2 times, and like we've talked about, he doesn't have the BKB, although it wouldn't have helped in that particular situation. But
this could be
they
Roche.
might actually get Roche. That would be a big swing for Complexity.
He's dead for 40 seconds with no buyback. I don't think they can test this without him. Chronosphere's too big of an ability to, you know, let it go. And although they are taking a long time to take this rush down, Sleight of Fist, big crit onto Z-Freak. Meanwhile, Fisher's coming in. There's the third crush. Moon Mater taking a lot of damage, but they get 2. 3 are dead all of a sudden because of the macro power coming in. Big fight coming out from Complexity. That was a really bad idea. I'm not sure why Cloud9 decided to contest that. I know it's Roshan and Aegis, but you just give away 2 free kills over to Complexity. Although it is still taking a long time to take it, they should get this no problem now.
I mean, I guess a bit of overconfidence. Maybe they thought they had the Wrath of Nature from Nature's Prophet, but I mean, that spell wasn't even available for that, so a really odd engagement coming out from Cloud9, especially with the Void dead and no Fury on ult either.
I mean, like, if you have the Void there and he Chronos, you Sleight of Fist, you get a couple of Daedalus procs, then that's perfectly fine. But yeah. Fata was the one on the front lines. He was the one getting caught out of position, and they just blew him up. It was kind of just quick. So
I'm not even sure why they tried to contest that. Like, sure, you give away an Aegis to Complexity, but you don't really care. You're in this for the late game. You have Void, Ember, Ogre, Furion. Like, all these heroes are so strong in the late game.
It's almost like they said, hey, listen, we're in a pretty good spot. Let's see what we could do with this fight. And if we get stomped, then okay, we get stomped. And hopefully we just get back and have another good fight in a couple of minutes. And they have the BKB now for Void. Fox will be up in a couple of seconds, so they're still not in the worst position in the world despite losing that engagement. Although that did give away 4,000 net worth back over to Complexity, so.
Yeah, and I mean, if you look at experience, it dipped 8,000.
It's a lot of experience.
So pretty significant. They get the Aegis onto the Sardar. He picks up a Vlad's. This is... that's an interesting item choice. I mean, it's going to give him a lot of armor inside the Chronosphere. Although Void does do a lot of magical damage. His Bash being magical as well as this Maelstrom doing magical damage, so...
Fata is baiting here in this top lane. They're going to clash and run right into each other in just a moment or so. AUI finds Limp. There's the multicast coming in. Sleight of Fist from Fata. Waiting Rift goes. Lucior. Limp is going to get his Omni Slash off, and he's going to put it onto EE and AUI. Ghost Scepter goes through, and they already lose Fata. They're going to back away. Chronosphere is available. Dragon Fist in some trouble. Hex up. There's the Orc, and MJW wants this kill. Soul Burn not going to be enough damage. Jewel Scepter avoids most of it. Sprout is up for MJW. He's going to try to TP out. BKB pops up for somebody in the back end. Chronosphere goes. They catch out Swindle. That's just the Aegis, I believe. No, somebody else has the Aegis. They give it to who?
No, they killed him twice.
They killed him twice. I didn't see the first death. There's too much going on, man. It's tough to keep track of, I think, honestly.
Did anyone buy back?
No.
No, so it's just a 1-for-1 and they got the Aegis, so
that was really
actually a win
fight
for Cloud9. Yeah, it looked like Complexity were going to do a lot better in that fight.
They didn't really use... I think Cloud9 really held on to their ultimates really well, their BKBs and all their abilities, and Complexity kind of just threw everything out at the beginning, and they caught a couple of heroes out of position. Getting Fata early on was really important, but they didn't transition that into anything else because of Envy's Chronosphere. So, for now, yeah, like you said, 1-for-1 trade. They get the Aegis, and Slaughter's down for another 30 seconds. Fata will respawn in 15. He's died a lot in the past couple of minutes or so. His progression is, he's really just been at like 100 gold just because he's gotten this Battle Fury and Daedalus, and then he's died every single time afterwards.
Yeah, they have a lot of tools now to deal with this Juggernaut ult. I mean, they just basically had Aoi tank the entire duration with the Ghost Scepter. It did no damage, and then he actually was very fortunate to be sent towards that neutral creep camp right here, and he was able to survive.
That was a smart play, and they split off at the end as well. And I mean, even if it's Envy and AUI taking the damage, it's going to be fine regardless.
Yeah, because he only had about 100 life.
Yeah, I mean, now you have Ghost Scepters coming out. You have two, one for Pilot Eye, one for AUI. Fata can try to remnant away from it, but Envy will just backtrack it for the most part. So this is like all of a sudden Lip is becoming not necessarily useless, but it's difficult. Ice Path is going to be up onto Fata, doesn't remnant away in time. Dual Breath goes in, but there's no follow-up at all. Sprint's going to go maybe. Swindle decides to back away and doesn't go for the kill either. And we're back to farming now. So
he has a defensive remnant right here, anyways.
He would have been fine.
Yeah. So Dragon Fist actually having a decent recovery. He does have the Yule Scepter now. Looks like he's working towards a Hex as his next item. It's definitely going to be very important so that they can try to pick off the Void or the Ember pre-BKB, especially the Void, because if they're able to Hex him and then burst him with the starter negative armor, then they might have a chance in these fights. But C9 are actually just playing as a unit right now, which makes it very difficult to do things like that.
They're going to go for this tier 2 tower top. The last outer tower for Complexity is gone now, and they'll take it. MJW will TP away. He's going to go over to the Ancient Stack, take that. MJW is somebody we haven't really talked about. He has this Hex, though, and an Orchid, so he's doing pretty well for himself. And they're just trying to D-ward right now. In fact, the map is completely dark. If you look for Complexity here, they have absolutely no vision on the map whatsoever, except for around the Roche Pit. That's it. They're trying to be aggressive, though, in the mid lane, and instead this is going to leave their top tier 3 tower open to getting initiated on. And now they actually force out a couple of TPs as well, so Cloud9 are doing a really good job here. That is a 6-minute Roche respawn.
I don't think we've actually seen an Echo Slam from the Earthshaker almost the entire game.
I don't think he's used it yet, no. Orchid coming in.
He used it once mid.
MJW, that's the one, that's the Echo Slam we were looking for. Ice Path coming in. MJW, they still get the kill on the Z-Freak. Slither and Crush going. It's a 1-for-1 exchange. It's definitely going the way of Complexity. Pilot dies trying to get Moonmanor. Swindle is stuck in the trees, I believe. And now Pilot is getting ganged up on by all of these creeps. Elusior's going to come in, winning the Rift. And it's enough damage. The gem is now on the deck. EE coming through. Wants the Chronosphere. Great Yule Scepter, though, from Dragon Fist to keep him up in the air. There's the Slither Crush coming in. Omni Slash. EE gets blown up. Envy's dead. Sleight of Fist goes in. Fox is going to have to do this all on his own. Multicast. Limp's getting low. Remnant's away. He wants to get out. Waning Rift. The right click coming through. Swindle has Blink up. He's going to use it. Boom. Swindle gets the double kill. Dunzo for Cloud9. They lose 4 heroes. How did that fight turn so poorly for Cloud9? Well,
very well played by, I mean, it's all about the chrono, right? Anytime they get the chrono off, the fights are a complete disaster for Complexity, but they were able to actually kill the Void before the Chronosphere came out, so...
Oh, Envy bought back. He's got Chronosphere. What's he going to do with this? He pops up the Chrono. He gets it onto 2. Limp is going to be the first. BKB goes in. The Enchant Totem does nothing. Swindle's going to get focused down as well. Daedalus Proc coming in. Maelstrom's not there. Swindle's bashed into a corner. Easy double kill coming from Envy. Now the Hex is up. That buyback could have been huge. Moonmeander is in some trouble. Time walks away. Fisher comes out. EE in some trouble. Mystic Flare goes into Dragon Fist. Ancient Seal. Arcane Bolt. Is it enough? Absolutely. Pilot Eye gets the kill. And all of a sudden, it's a counter 4-man wipe coming out from Cloud9. What the hell is happening? They're not done yet. Z-Freak, what are you doing? Envy, he gets the kill and he blinks away. Z-Freak, what a player. Oh my gosh, it's not over yet. Throws up the ward. He jukes out Pilot Eye. They don't see him. They're going the wrong direction. Z-Freak is going to survive. He has no TP, though.
Definitely still a win for Complexity. I mean, not only were they down gold and experience at the beginning of that fight, but they trade 4 for 6, I believe, because there was 2 buybacks. There was 4 initial kills and 2 buybacks, so still a solid fight for Complexity in the end. And if we take a look at the gold graph, actually Z-Freak's actually going to be found, so it's going to be a 5 for 6 trade in the end.
This is just, I don't know what the hell's happening anymore. Somebody help out, please.
If we look at the gold, it looks like Complexity got about 3,000 gold back from that fight and a decent amount of experience. Experience is actually quite even at this point in the game.
That's actually unbelievable to me.
But, I mean, Envy has no buyback. He died a second time, so it was a dieback. I mean, even though they killed 4 heroes, that's actually quite significant. It's going to slow down his item progression. Complexity have now shown that they are able to kill this Void very easily. I mean, if they catch him out with that amplified damage and the Juggernaut Omni Slash, he's just dead.
I mean, he has to get that BKB off. That's the entire reason he has that item. He just died too quickly for him to use it last time.
Limp actually has a Blink Dagger. I actually like this choice a lot from the Juggernaut.
He said that for a while. And is he going for a Refresher Orb? He has the Oblivion Staff.
Looks like that. There is something neat you can do with Juggernaut. So, let's say if they're able to amp the Void inside the Chronosphere and he pops the Mask of Madness, even if he BKBs, the Jug can actually just blink next to the Chrono and Omni Slash the Void inside of the Chronosphere.
That's pretty cool.
And he'll just die.
Mass TP rotations from bottom lane. Remnant comes through. TP in from MJW. They're going to catch Swindle out of position, and that might have not been worth it to get the kill on Pilot Eye if they lose Swindle here, and they will definitely get that kill, so. Kind of a bit aggressive from Complexity, getting caught out of position. And all right, well, what do you transition this into now if you're Cloud9?
I'm not sure you can actually get anything out of this. It looks like they're going to try to pressure bottom, but at the same time, they're losing... Nah, never mind. Limp's actually going to spin TP, so... I don't think much is going to come of this.
Maybe they can force out a buyback?
Oh, looks like
not.
Z-Freak's actually going to pressure the top tower with the Liquid Fire.
I don't think they glyph, but that tier 1 is going to... Well, maybe not. MJW is CPing in. Hex is going to go, and Z-Freak, he does have the haste runes, so... He's going to try to get this tower. Orchid's going to go. Denied from MJW. Nicely played. And he could just TP back to the bottom lane in 10 seconds. Cloud9 are smoked up, by the way, and they're going to wrap around. Dragonfist is going to get caught out. He actually jaunted back. He blinked up, jaunted back. That was really just a nice play from Dragonfist. And okay.
Yep. So he does have the Hex available, so if they can kill this Void during his buyback cooldown, that would be really huge. He has 3 minutes, about 3 minutes left on that buyback cooldown, so... Do you look to smoke, maybe, if you're Complexity, and try to get that Void kill? Because I think that's probably your best chance of winning, just killing the Void.
They need to get at least 1 kill and then somehow transition that into Roshan, because Roshan's not up yet. It will be soon, though, in about a minute. I think that's what you have to do. Otherwise, you're giving too much away, and especially if Envy gets more kills. He already has another Invis rune, because why the hell not, Ice Frog, seriously. Blink Echo going in on Defata. Omni Slash, that's the pick off they were looking for. And TP in from MJW decides to cancel a concussive shot. Meanwhile, mid lane, EE, Chrono's up. BKB for Swindle, he gets stunned with a Slither Crush. Amplified damage, he'll have to back away. BKB forced for pretty much nothing, well, except for the Chrono Sphere into death, but...
Did he survive the Chrono? Oh, he BKB'd before the Chrono. That's actually very important, because the majority
I think he did it after the Chrono, I'm pretty sure.
Did he?
Yeah, I think so. He popped it right after the BKB was over. It was just that Envy killed Puck in the process, and then turns his attention over.
Puck, okay.
Yes. Meanwhile, Pilot gets a solo kill top. I don't know how that happened, but it did. So there's that.
He's very farmed, and he does a ton of damage. He's level 18, so...
Yeah, that's probably how.
Yep.
Assault
Gareth is actually really scary in the late game. If he gets some farm and items, usually the problem is that, especially when he's played as this 5 position, he sort of falls off in farm and just dies in 2 hits, but...
Envy went into the Roche pit, saw that it wasn't up, and then realized that, wait, it actually is up. Z-Freak was trying to do it. He pulled Roshan out of his chambers, and Envy's like, what are you doing here? Get back in. So they're back in the Roche pit. Envy will take the Aegis more than likely. Maybe they can contest this. I don't think they should. You look at where the slaughter is.
Pretty devastating for Complexity if they can't contest this.
Yeah, that's over. BKB for MJW. That was not the button he was looking. I think he was trying to cancel his TP, and he pressed his BKB button instead. That's a 10-second duration Black King bar used.
I'm gonna ask him after the game what his hockey is. I'm actually kind of curious now.
You should be like, hey, so you cancel that? You used your BKB, huh? Is that an accident? Yeah, probably. Well, just MJW things. That's right.
Yeah.
He's quite the anti-mage player. Did you know he was like last time I played with him, he was like 6 overall in the Dota buff anti-mage rankings?
Is he?
Yeah, he's pretty good. He's up there.
I'm not sure what those rankings mean.
I don't know either. All I know is I was the Abaddon in his lane. It was like a Abaddon anti-mage versus some other annoying ass dual lane with like a Lich or something. And that lane was not easy. I'm not the best support, let me put it that way. And he trounced the lane. It was...
I mean, I'm like top 20 on like 4 heroes, but I don't know what that means.
Oh, big shot over here, Mr. F4L. Look at this guy.
I'm actually saying it doesn't mean anything because
I'm actually top 20. I'm top 20. No, I'm just kidding. I know. I'm just giving you crap.
You know what the worst part about that whole Dota buff top 100 thing is that you get more points for like spamming a hero. So if you have 2,000 games of a hero, you actually inherently get more points, which makes
I'm
no
top
sense
Broodmother.
to me. I play 3,000 games, so I get more points. I don't know.
It's like, yeah, I'm top Broodmother. I just keep spamming Broodmother games that everyone looks at you and shakes their head and be like, what the hell's wrong with you, man?
Yeah, I don't understand. Oh, that hero. People that pick that last pick in pubs. I have words for you.
Yeah, you're not the only one, man. Jump in from Envy. Chronosphere is going to go onto Limp. He's going to get cut out of position. Ice Path, but Envy has his BKB turned on, and Limp is just blown up. A couple of crits come his way, and that is more than he can handle. And they also put the Lincoln Sphere up on Envy as well, just to make sure that he doesn't get caught out of position. So, big kill, and that's no buyback coming out from Limp. He's dead for 70 seconds. They also have Aegis still as well, I believe. Meanwhile, they're going to jump in. Slither and Crush. Envy. Aegis is done. BKB. Mystic Flare is going to jaunt away, I think. Maybe no. He actually just is going to get Yuled up. Looks like he should fall here. Good phase shift. Echo Slam comes in from Moon. What can they get done? Hex up onto Envy now. They're going to work. 2 are about to fall. Envy's going to be the first. MJW pops his BKB. Sprout onto 2. Where is Fatsa? What work is he doing in? Now they come through. MJW still getting chased down. Swindle. Southern Crush. He's getting low. He might have to buy back. He doesn't have it. He's dead. 2 for 2 exchange. Now here comes Pylai Die working on one of these heroes. AUI is out of meta. He does have the usage of that unrefined Fire Blast. Now Fatsa finally comes in. A bit too late to the party. He already got the racks down bottom. That's what he was doing. TP coming in now. They wanted to try to defend this Moonmander. Wants to make sure this rack stays alive. That fight could have been a lot better for Cloud9. Fatsa's looking for Z-Freak. He's going to find him. Misses the Sleight of Fist. Or rather, the Searing Chains. Yules is going to go, and they're going to try to keep him alive. Good blink away, and Fatsa actually can't go any further than that. He saves his own life.
Yeah, that's actually kind of weird. It looked like... So they tried to retreat, and then Fato was split pushing the bottom lane, but I'm not sure that's what you want your Ember to be doing, because he clicks buildings very slowly.
He's not a right clicker when it comes to taking down those buildings.
He's not a base killer.
No, he's definitely not.
Moonmander did more damage than the entirety of Radiant. Yeah, and actually, since I called out Moon in that bottom lane when I asked, you know, we haven't seen any echoes, he's actually been playing quite well since that point.
And then he, like, echoes right after you say that.
He's actually had a couple nice echoes in these fights.
No, he's done well for himself, for sure. He's gotten back into it. He's level 3 Echo Slam, or, yeah, level 3 Echo Slam now. 4.5k gold in the bank. All right. I like it. Let's go, Moon. Time to shotgun some people to the face. Also, it's probably good against Ember as well as Envy, but whatever. That's neither here nor there.
And Complexity didn't have the Jug ult in that last fight. I mean, he died in the Chronosphere, so I think there might be a point in this game where buybacks become very important while the Chrono is on cooldown. There might be a point when, you know, let's say he Chronos someone, then that person buys back, then he doesn't actually have that available anymore. But as I say that, he actually just picks up the refresher orb, so.
There's a lot of refreshers not coming out. The second one is for Limp. He picks his up, and
can you have 2 healing wards?
That
actually sounds dirty.
I would imagine.
That's 10% max HP per second.
That seems kind of ridiculous, but if you're Cloud9, all you have to do is right-click it. I mean, you have MGW, he's got decent amount of range. Literally, all you have to do is just kill that healing ward. Or both of them, rather. But
I mean, obviously,
I don't see why you wouldn't be able to have 2 of them.
I don't know, because some things, you know, if you refresh and use them again, the first one disappears.
Yeah, I know. Like, Visage Words and stuff like that, but...
and, like Forged Spirits, Book, that kind of stuff.
Mod packs, we're going to have to look to you on this one. They got that illusion, though. Boy, did they kill that thing.
That could have been actually a disaster. If Envy was closer, they all jumped onto that illusion, and if Envy was able to chrono them, that actually might have just been the end of the game.
Interesting stat. This is the 4th Ethereal Blade ever picked up on Earthshaker. He's 3-0 with it.
Oh, that's a huge item pickup. This is actually the
Did you not see that? I was talking about that already.
No, I didn't.
That's huge. Z-Freak's going to get caught out. Yule Scepter's going to be up in the air. Sleight of Fist. Wow, that did so much damage. Oh, he blinks away! He has the Refresh Orb. There's the BKB going in. The Omni Slash. The Chrono's going to go through, but Envy is going to die. He's dead for 90 seconds with no buyback. Lip is going to get caught out. Mystic Flare. Swindle's hexed up as well. 2 dead, though, already on Complexity. They will TP back in. Swindle getting caught out. Unrefined Fire Blast. The Ghost Scepter. The Ethereal Blade. It's not enough. Fought to hex up now, but he's about to do work. However, the Echo Slam's going to go in. Moon fighting him. He's going to bring him down. Arcane Bolt going to fly through. Moon should die? No, he actually sticked up and stayed alive. Great double Ice Blast coming in. AUI 2000 Fire Blast, Mystic Flare. Z-Freak is done as well. Double kill for Pylai Die. They're looking for Dragon Fist. Phase shift. Jaunt forward. MJW, he's dead. But there's the unrefined Fire Blast coming out. Arcane Bolt. Phase shift is not there. Triple kill. Pylai Die. Your support duo from Cloud9 won that fight and perhaps even the game with that fight there. And a couple of buybacks used as well from Complexity. In fact, 2 of them, a dieback from Dragon Fist and a dieback from Z-Freak. And they're looking for more. Moonmander is going to get caught out. Ancient Seal, no mana left for Pylai Die. He's just right-clicking. Arcane Bolt's going to go through as well. He is zoning him out so AUI can take the racks down bottom. And guess what? He's doing it.
Yeah. That's a little unfortunate for Complexity. They played that fight very well at the beginning, dodging the Chronosphere and then immediately killing Envy in the second Chronosphere with the Juggernaut Omnislash. And that's what I was talking about. If he's amped and he gets Omnislashed inside the Chrono, he's actually just gonna die. But unfortunately, Ember is a bit too farmed. These support heroes are very farmed on the side of Cloud9, and they were able to win the fight 4 versus 5 after that point.
It's not too often where we see a team fight won by 2 supports and they just take the entire base. They just killed everything. Omnislash is going to go in. Good Ghost Scepter from Pi. AUI uses his as well. That's a bit awkward, Limp.
That's a sad Juggernaut.
And AUI is just like, I want to Fire Blast you. And Limp is just like, he has to leave. Tail between his legs. He can't do anything there, man. Wow.
Yeah. So, Complexity, only 2 racks left standing. They're having trouble defending the base at this point. One more good push from C9 in the game is going to end from Mega Creeps.
They're going to Hex up on Swindle Melons, and he will not have buyback. He is dead. He pops the BKB. Maybe he's not dead. Amplified damage is going to go. He's going to try to sprint away. Oh, this Sleight of Fist, though, from Fatsa gets the crit. Yeah, he is, in fact, dead. Dead for 90 seconds, and mid lane, Chronosphere, he avoided it again. Envy throws up and whiffs yet another one. He does have Refresh up at 33 seconds, but wow. Oh, Roshan is up, though. You hear MJW going to work there, so they'll take Roshan down. Envy should have... He actually doesn't have a spot for it, so they might give the Aegis and Cheese away to somebody else.
He can drop the Refresher and then pick up the Aegis, put the Refresher on a Courier, and use 1 life with 1 Chrono, and then when he dies, you just have the Courier bring you the Refresher, and then you can just use it all again.
Fatsa and MJW are going to pick it up, though.
Okay.
Fatsa had room, and then MJW dropped his TP scroll on or something, and...
I guess that's an option as well.
Another Ethereal Blade now done, this time for Skyrath, and this is... We have 2 Ethereal Blades in the same game because...
I guess this is quite nice as well because he can Ethereal Blade whoever the Juggernaut is Omnislash.
Yes. Specifically Envy, yeah. I think. And even though he wants to attack him maybe inside of a Chronosphere, it's better that he survives instead, I think.
Although he can't Ethereal Blade him inside BKB, so...
Yes. So it really comes down to Envy not using his BKB if he's going to get caught out with
it's kind of awkward.
And then hoping to God that he doesn't get Slithering Crush in the process of doing so.
He has to use the BKB, right?
Yeah, I guess he does.
Hexed, although there's a Lincoln Sphere put on him.
Well, they're going to try to take down this top range racks, and Complexity have to defend here. Ice Path is going to go. MJW is going to walk right back into it. Fata, the rest of the squad, they're just kind of sitting around mid here, and top range racks is gone. And your Complexity, you have to fight now. They're going to jump in. Swindle misses his Slithering Crush. BKB goes. Dragon Fist gets popped up, and he's dead. And they get another Chronosphere. The double Chrono again pays off for Envy. Limp is dead. He's looking for more. He wants this game, and he wants it badly. Z-Freak is done. Double kill. GG called. They tap out immediately afterwards. Complexity played a solid game of Dota, but Cloud9 stepped it up to another level after a couple of mistakes early on in the mid-game.
Yeah, and I mean, we talked about it during the draft. What does Juggernaut and Slardar do as a tandem? I mean, it was kind of nice against the Void Chronosphere, but someone's still going to die in the Chrono, and then you're fighting 4 versus 4 at that point, and